What's up, boys? We're back with some more Conquest Dark, and today we're going to be creating the ultimate Hammerdin. We are looking for, I think, the Ouroborean race, since that'll give some extra movement speed and instant attack chance, which is always fun. Does lower the HP a little bit. There we go, Ouroborean. Not the greatest stuff there, but I don't feel like rerolling a ton just to maximize a little bit there. And then here, I think we want the dodge charges. That'll give some nice survivability when combined with the blocking stuff. And we want the Hammer of Soul. This actually looks pretty weak at first glance. It has a moderate attack speed, very low energy generated per hit, but this is one of the few projectile attacks that actually causes an explosion on every enemy it hits. So it actually gets really silly later on once you get a bunch of projectile modifiers like piercing and split chance and stuff. You can get an absolutely insane amount of energy generated just due to the sheer number of hits it can apply. We'll probably go attack and projectile amount on that one. And then I think we'll go for moon runes on the power spender. It seems like the best thing to do here, so we'll go probably instant attack first. And then we'll probably go for heavy armor based stuff since that gives a nice 10% resistance each. I guess that one's pretty solid. So the combination of blocking and dodging seems like pretty good survivability. It seems like you roll a chance to block first, and then if that fails, the attack will then go to your dodge charges. So blocking will make that even more efficient. So that should be pretty good survivability, I hope. Let's see, crit damage is good. Probably don't care about movement ability damage. And then we'll get Sacred Hammer for even more hammers. Then I think we'll get all of the sun stuff here so that we can go ahead and multiply that later on. So the piercing will give a ton of extra energy generation when it goes through a bunch of nearby enemies together. Then we'll go ahead and get the sun multiplier for that. Now we'll have lots of double strike chance and the ability to pierce through a ton of enemies if they group up tightly enough. Then over here we'll probably go for moon stuff, energy cost. The power attack is the only one that can benefit from that, so that's always good, and then duration sounds nice for orbiting hammers. So I have the chaining attack maxed out now, Sigil of Flames. That'll be decent as we scale up the primary attack. And we're not really going to build specifically for burning, but it should still be pretty good just from the passive effect. It will apparently keep stacking infinitely as long as you're applying it enough. So that should give us some nice scaling damage against bosses and other big single targets later on. Block chance is not bad, but double shot is going to be fantastic with the hammers. You basically want to stack as much Oh, actually, let's go ahead and get the +1 on this. so that we can guarantee it's on one of the hammer effects before I get my movement ability. We want to stack as much of the extra hitting stuff, double shot, instant attack, projectile split, stuff like that for the hammers as possible, so that later on, once there's a ton of really tanky enemies, we'll just get absolutely absurd energy generation and have a ton of the power attacks constantly orbiting us. Solar damage is pretty good. Chain targets will be for that thing only, I think. It's a greater with 2 kind of relevant stats. I guess we will take that. Then let's go ahead and summon some bosses, get the enemies ramped up a bit, and refresh some of the chests. That is really annoying that the tornadoes can spawn right on top of you and you can't escape them. What the hell? Like, they just spawned right at the area I was dashing into. Okay, let's grab the primary attack speed for that. So I'll want something with good resistances. I think both of these work. Sigil of Flames would be pretty cool. Reduced bleed rate is terrible, but the other stuff is fine. I guess we will go ahead and grab that just because the passive is cool as well. And then what else can we put on that one? Ooh, projectile amount, that's actually fantastic for a Sunrune multiplier. Spawn XP and projectile splits, ooh, both of these are really nice. We won't have any sources of projectile splitting, so it would be good to get that wherever I can. And the earlier we get extra XP spawn, the better. Then let's get to the attack speed here. So like, he spawned a tornado right on top of me, and then I dashed out of it, and then he spawned a new tornado right where I was dashing into. And that was kind of insane for the very first boss I ran into there. We don't really have the survivability built up yet. So just a couple instant life loss there. Energy generated. I think there's one that generates dodge charges that would be good here. Yeah, Blade Dash, that gives dodge charges and energy. It has a pretty fast cast animation. A lot of the extra movement ability unlocks have a pretty long cast animation, and that just feels pretty bad to me being locked into it so long. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some more moon stuff here. Duration, and then we can go for the multiplier for that next. I actually can get some value out of that now that we've already lost a couple of lives. And as we get deeper into the run, we'll get even more value out of it. Attack reach, damage increased, yeah, not bad. Then we'll go ahead and take the moon multiplier here. Can we get like a magnet that spawns on these maps and collects their souls or something? Because it's so hard to grab all of them. That's actually not bad. Attack reach is pretty cool as well. These all have 10% resistances, so I'm fine with any of them. Let's get probably this one to round out our survivability a bit as well. Proc chance, so that will probably work on the second artifact we get, And it'll also work on the Sigil of Flame, so it might not be the best, but it is pretty cool, and it's the highest rarity here. For the second artifact, we're going for either the dodge chance when you attack, or the mega crits. Probably mega crits if I can find that, since it's fun. And then, what all can we get on this? Chain targets. Attack reach. I don't think that's super necessary. I think there's another chain thing here as well. Target amounts. We could make that hit an absolutely insane number of enemies with that, plus the moon thing sounds kind of funny. Let's get another legendary. They all have 10% resistances, and I don't think I care too much about the passive abilities they have, so I'm looking into the passive stat increases, and I think I like this one the most. Instant attack, resistance, piercing, movement speed. Finishes off the set bonus there, that looks pretty good. Precision volley is primal damage whenever the power triggers, which will be often, but we're not really going to scale it up a ton. So that should bounce all over the place now. It might be possible to get some source of frozen if we get like a passive, and then some of that, but I don't think it's very good. But I think we'll just take some crit chance here, since I would like to get the mega crit artifacts. Oh, that's actually pretty good. We can lose up to like 9 lives, so times that as we get pretty low on HP. That'll be a lot of survivability once we lose some more lives. Crit chance and damage to burning, that's quite good for a greater. Chance for rare items getting that early on could pay off in the long run. Then I think it's time to summon some more bosses, refresh some stuff. Target amounts, that will work on the sigils, but I don't think anything else. It would work on that, but that's not the greatest. Honestly, let's just get some attack speed as we get lower on the lives there. I think that's pretty fun. Not sure if there's anything super useful on Blade Dash. Oh, attack reach to make it hit more enemies. That's actually fantastic. I normally use that on one of my attacks, but we don't really need to do that here. I do like the sigil. Movement charge isn't the greatest. The other stats are fine though, so honestly, I'm fine with that. We don't get a set bonus but those don't really give that many stats anyways, so I guess that's fine. More sigils is fun anyways. I guess we just take some chance of stun for that then? Not anything super useful. Damage taken reduced, okay, fantastic. And then I think we'll get the resistance piercing up a bit. So this is the dodge thing, it's very good. And I probably should take it here, but honestly, mega crits sound fun, so we're going for it. Here we go. 15% chance to become mega crits, dealing 10 times the damage. And that will actually go up with our proc chance if we get any more of that. So one tip someone gave me is that the Spirit Caravan will actually always travel through the middle of the map. So if we wait a bit, we can always find it over there. Attack reach, health regen, yeah, that's solid. Those are hard to use. I don't know if attack arc even does anything. I can't tell if I'm like even close to that from how that's listed. So solar is at 50. Okay, that's fine then. Passive and damage to stuns. I don't think we can use that. Passive is actually not terrible since we have 3 sigil of flames. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. It's just so hard to grab all of these stupid things. Why is the pickup radius so tiny on them, man? Alright, let's grab one more elite and then head into the middle. Let's see if we can find the Spirit Caravan events now. Let's see, what are we using out of these? Energy and projectile duration? Healing soul dodge charges. Ooh, I like the dodge charges. I don't think we're using any of these. I guess we'll upgrade that one. Primal resistance is decent. Damage to frozen, probably gonna be hard to use, but I guess we'll take it anyways, just in case. Attack reach is pretty fun. That's one of the multipliers. I think I use this one a lot more often. Sun runes, that's very good. Solar damage is good. That's a higher rarity and piercing for the basic hammers. Moon is fantastic. Use that one all the time. Oh no, it's Ghost Rider. Let's get the piercing up to 91%. Let's see, that's 7.5%, so I'd need to lose 3 lives for that to be better. So it's actually the same right now, and it'll become a lot better later on. Those lasers. think solar damage is the best here, even though that's slightly higher rarity, it just affects so few things. Well, there's 3 sigils. Honestly, that is pretty cool. I guess we'll take the higher rarity here. 3 sigils and that POS. I do like the dodge charge, but a greater with 2 pretty nice stats. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that. Let's get the crit chance up since we have the crit artifacts. Getting that up to 100% will be pretty important. Grab a bit of health here. We're getting close to the cap on that. Double shot looks nice. Yep. Why can't I pick up these stupid souls? Why are they like this? Ability and damage to elites, that's pretty nice. The energy cost is fun, but I don't think attack force is super relevant, so we'll take the 2 stats that actually help. Instant attack is fun, sure. Am I using split here? I don't think so. But we're not using any of these, so I guess I can. Let's go for some instant attack here. And then projectile amount is nice. I'll get a bit of block chance. That'll help us keep the dodge charges active. Movement and movement recharge, sure. 2 different mobility stats. A bit more crit chance. Go solar damage here. We don't have much of that yet, since I was getting more of the fun stats. Attack speed is nice. I don't really care about bleed rate that much. Oh, we should probably get the crit chance up to 100% for the mega crit artifacts. Ability damage is pretty good. That should be better with all the burning we have. Another one. Primary and damage to elites. I guess that's fine. Tract range and damage to elites. That's okay. We can max out the resistance piercing. Let's go crit chance for now, I think. Energy cost is fun. Damage and resistance piercing. Yeah, I guess it's fine at a greater. We are using instant, so that's helpful here. Energy, piercing are both decent. Okay, it looks like there's some projectiles coming from the Caravan up there. Piercing. Ooh, sun runes. Proc chance. I'm definitely gonna take that for the mega crits. Energy. Yup. I don't really know why that's an option now. These are all junk. I guess we'll have to reroll then. Solar and damage taken staggered, that's not bad. Ooh, proc and soul attract. Oh man, these are all insane actually. So we have 3 sigils and the mega crit thing. I think I'll go for the proc chance. Projectile pierce, yep. Attract and damage, sure. Primordial, I don't use that a ton. I think I'm just gonna go for the ones that we're using on this run then. Primordial again, I'll probably take the split chance. Oh yeah, look at those hammers. Attack speed, projectile amount is fantastic. I'm a hammer god. With an insane amount of chain fire thrown into there as well. Let's get the crit chance up a bit. Primal damage, we don't really use that, so that's actually junk. Damage per life loss is not bad once we start losing a few more of those, which will probably be soon with how strong the bosses are going to be in a second. Then we're getting low on time, so time to go summon some really strong bosses now. Yeah, it seems like if you block, you keep all the dodge charges until you fail a block, so pretty nice combo there. We are using that, so that's fantastic. Crit and damage taken reduced, that's quite good. Yep. Nice crit roll there, I'll take that. I could really use another movement charge from something. Crit chance is okay. I don't think... Well, since I don't have any movement charges, that is kind of helpful. Yeah, I guess we'll take it. Think attack speed here. Projectile amount and duration, we're using both of those. Yeah, we'll go for some duration, I think. Now enemies are getting very strong, so I think we're getting close to the end. Crit chance close to max. We don't really need all of the souls now, since we probably have enough to summon enough bosses to kill me at this point anyways. Just try and get some more chests if we can. Probably movement charge and attack speed here. There's just a massive hammer storm following me, Jesus. Let's go instant attack. Oh, we can max out the crit chance actually. Yeah, we should do that. Projectile amount is fun. Let's go... I don't think either of those is super helpful. We can get a little bit of regen, I suppose. But it might be better to just grab the power now. Let's go instant attack here. Primal and burn, that's quite good. Power's not bad. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's get a bit of health out of these choices. Projectile and lunar res, that's pretty nice. Power and damage to burning, that's also good. I think we'll go here. So crit chance is wasted on all of these. I guess we'll reroll, see if I can find a better one. That has a bit of a waste there. I guess this is the only one I can fully utilize. So what are our stats with the life loss stuff? We're at 419% total attack speed, with 7.5% of that. I'm not sure if you can see the other stats we have for it. I think that's the only one where there's a total stat for it. Damage reduction. We have 7.5%, but I don't see a total for that. Attack speed is fun. I think double shot out of these. Power's okay. We're getting close to the end. Let's just use up the rerolls now. Damage per life lost, that's actually pretty good now. Instant attack is good. Oh my god, that's a lot of hammers. I guess probably just power here. Double shot, probably the most fun here. Instant attack. Oh my god, I broke the game. What is happening? There's so many hammers, I can't move. I have become the hammer itself. We are slightly less laggy now. Is there anything I can turn off to help with that? Status, experience. Let's just turn off everything, I guess. I am lagging so bad right now, my god. Attack speed out of those. I have too many hammers. I guess probably just use the reroll here. I guess attack speed. We'll go health. It's so hard to control my character with the lag. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what happens in the late game with the explosion on every projectile from the basic hammer. Rerolls are kind of helpful. I think we're just going to maximize the power currently, since we are very close to the end now. I think I have like 1 life left, and I can't really control my character anymore. Ooh, big chest over there. If I can lag my way down to it. That is way too many hammers, my god. Those are all junk. I guess that's all we can really take. Oh, I'm dead. but the hammers were worth it. We actually got a ton of rune levels, nice. I feel like those are probably the biggest power increases I can get at this point. Not too shabby. But yeah, we became a hammer god with so many hammers that the game actually lagged out and wouldn't let me play anymore. Perfect. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.